Welcome to my channel. This is like the third time that I'm redoing this video. Normally I do unboxing and food reviews, but this is going to be story time in my 70s kitchen. So, I have a Bank of America Better Balance Reward credit card. And basically the credit card, and they don't do it anymore. There's a YouTuber, he has 4 of these cards, okay? Basically what it is if you pay more than the minimum or pay the whole thing off every month. Again, if you pay more than the minimum or you pay the whole thing off every month and you do that consecutively every month, then at the end of the quarter you get $25. If you have a checking account with Bank of America, they give you an extra 5, voodoo, whatever. So it's 30, whatever. So I've had this card now for a long time. And so because I'm smart and also because I am conservative and try to be cheap and save money, what I did is what I have it set up for is to automatically charge $5 on Amazon on my Amazon gift card, right? Digital. So I have $5 in my account. Have it charge $5 and then have the auto pay paid off. So charge $5 every month, paid off. Charge, paid off. So therefore, I'm paying more than the minimum. Well, in this case, the minimum is $5, but I'm paying the whole thing off. So every quarter, I'll get $25. So it pays for itself, right? And those $5 every month will add up to hundreds in many, many years, and then I can just buy a brand new phone. And I don't ever have to pay for a phone. I mean, I did technically pay for it. So, my boyfriend, is in the Philippines, right? And a company charged his account without his consent. He didn't think I did it. He's like, "Did you charge this?" And whatever. I'm like, "No, what is that?" And I did some research. It's I don't know what it is. It's like vitamins or something. I don't know. I told him, I was like, "Baby, I did not do that." Because if I would have done that, well, first of all, I would ask him first, number one. And number two, it was quite a bit of money, and I would not do that. Like, I may use his credit card and ask him first if it's something that I need, but I'm not going to do that. He's like, "Well, I didn't say you were." I was like, "Well, that's good, because I wouldn't, I wouldn't disrespect him like that." Anyway, so I told him, "You better get onto it and take legal action or whatever." I told him, I said, for them to investigate it, because whoever did it needs to be in trouble. But the company is it just doesn't look like a regular company. Like, it might look like one of those pyramid scheme companies or whatever. So, sure enough, a few days later, he gets the same charge again. I told him, I was like, "I think it's the company." So either way it goes, Bank of America canceled the card for safety measures in case they charge it again or whatever. And then they said, "We'll send you out a new card." Well, it's going to come to here in America, in Texas, right? It's not going to the Philippines, unless, of course, he requested it, which I wish he would have done. So anyway, I called up Bank of America, and I used the website because I was too lazy to go get my credit card. So I used the website phone number, but I called on my phone. But I found the number on the website. When I called it, it said, "To verify who you are, we're going to send you a text message." When they sent me the text message, when I clicked on the link, it opened up in my app, and the first thing I saw was payment past due. I'm like, "What? Payment past due?" And there's 2 numbers. That kind of threw me off too, but that's because I got a new card in the mail as well for myself, and I haven't activated it, but I did tonight. I just been lazy, whatever. So that's really neither here nor there. The thing is, it was past due. So I'm like, well, I'm going to ask him about that first, and then ask him about my boyfriend, as far as can they send the card to him international, and is it for free? Does he have to pay? How long is it going to take? Etc., etc. Knowing that I can't ask specific account information because I'm not on his account, but I'm not going to ask for specific account information. I'm asking generic information, like if someone loses their card in the Philippines but they live in America, would you send the card for free, like that? I'm not asking account specific because I'm not on his account. So, but first I want to find out why the hell my account is past due, right? Because I just found that out, right? Because they sent me the text message and it opened up in my app. So, it takes forever to get to a representative. I keep saying agent, customer service. They're like, "Please try to call again later." They hang up. I mean, it's just a huge runaround. I finally get someone. They sound extremely young. And the silence at their home, I'll say there was a home because that's what I think, is a different silence than if you call like the calling corporation center, right? The silence is a different silence. I know that sounds weird, but if you're either with me on that or you're not. And if you're not, I know I'm not crazy. Put in the comments below if you know what I'm talking about. The silence is a different silence. On top of that, it sounded like animals are in the background. So that reiterated the fact that I thought, okay, well, they're from their home. And if they're from their home, then they probably don't care about call monitoring, and they can be, pretty much not professional. So I was like, sir, I was so nice. I'm always nice. I said, sir, I'm sorry to bother you. Like, that's their job, right? I said, it took a while to get a hold of you. I was like, my account says it's past due. And that was another thing too. The website, the app was messing up. Like, I was looking at transactions. It said no transactions for this month. Or no transactions in the past, 90 days. I'm like, what? It was all, and it's just that it was, like I would scroll and it would, stutter and stuff, right? And none of my apps do, it was their app. So anyway, I was like, well, maybe you can just go over my account with me, right? I was like, because it says here that I owe you $10. Because normally I charge $5, right? Remember I told you on Amazon that pays it for me on autopay. Now, a while back, I had a checking account with Bank of America. It was not hooked up to autopay. It was not hooked up to autopay, right? And when I closed down my checking account with Bank of America and left my credit card alone and left my autopay with that credit card with Bank of America alone, because that autopays to an external account with my local bank, right? But when I closed down the checking account, it just turned off autopay, even though they were not connected. And that was their excuse. So I'm thinking, what's their excuse now? Because this is what he told me. He told me, you owe us $10 from last month. It's past due. You didn't pay it last month. I said, okay. I was like, I'm looking on the app, and it says, because my account is due on the 15th of every month. And here we're on this month. It says last month, payment due date for last month, and it says overdue, amount owed 0.00. So I owed them. I'm going to emphasize the word owe. I didn't say didn't owe. I said I owed them. Because that's what it says. It didn't say you didn't owe anything. You have to think numeric digits, right? If it's in a field that says, it's $300, $2, that's a numeric field with numbers. They can't write in there, payment not due. I mean, it could, but the field is there for numbers. But if you don't owe anything, it will say amount due 0.00, that you owe us nothing. Well, it doesn't just say nothing, because again, it's a numeric digit in a numeric field. So, but it said past due. Past due. In other words, you're late. You owe us from last month. How much do I owe? You owe us 0.00. That doesn't make any sense. And that's why I told him, I was like, are you sure I owe that from last month? I was like, why does it say? He goes, because you didn't pay anything. I'm like, past due 0.00 is not telling me what I did or didn't pay. It's telling me what I did owe and maybe still owe, right? Right? I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And so, I was like, so you're telling me I owed y'all $10 last month and I didn't pay? He goes, that's correct. I said, okay, so I guess then my auto pay was turned off. He goes, I guess so. I'm looking and it says this month $10 will be paid on this due date in your auto pay. And it says auto pay is on, still on. I'm like, well, it shows it's still on. I was like, so was it on then last month and then just didn't pay? I was like, because sir, if that's the case, this is the second time Bank of America's done this. I said, I shouldn't have to, be blamed or go through this. It's not my job to pay my bill. It's not. If I have it on auto pay with your company, then guess who needs to pay it? Not me, your company. Because it's on auto pay. Like, if you cannot fix that feature and get it working, then why do you have that feature? So, and I wasn't rude or anything, right? But he was a freaking imbecile. Like, he kept telling me, well, I don't know what to tell you. I was like, okay, but, like, I was like, you understand why I'm upset. I was like, I need to find out, like, was the auto pay turned off? I don't know. That's what he said, I don't know. I said, and if it was turned off, how did it get turned off? You know, if it wasn't turned off and it's still on, right? Then why did it skip a month? Because it just felt like it? I mean, you know, these are prudent questions. This is important. I mean, maybe not to other people that could care less about paying their bills, but I do pay my bills. Like, I'm ahead of the game, so when my bills are not paid, that's important to me. He had nothing to say. He's like, I don't know. Like, he just didn't care. I was like, okay, well, sir, I was like, it sounds like that you're not helping me in a way that I would like to be helped. I said, I appreciate your patience thus far. I said, but is there any way I can talk to a manager? Because, again, like, I don't want this to keep happening, you know? I mean, I could pay my bill every month, yeah, but I choose not to. You don't know. I choose to leave it on auto pay. That's a feature that you're offering me. You know, I'm a busy person. Like, if it's on month after month after month after month after month, why all of a sudden 1 month it doesn't pay? That doesn't make any sense to me. I can understand if I didn't have money in my account. I have more than $5 or $10 in my account. I'm not worried about that. If that was the case, then it would have an error message. You know what I'm saying? And I did check my account just to make sure I got more than enough. I got more than enough. I don't have like millions of dollars, but I got enough. I got enough to pay $5 or $10. You know. So anyway, you know, like 200, I have enough, right? Maybe over 200, then it might be a problem. Because I don't have that much in my account. But $200 would have been fine. So I was really nice, and then he was like, yeah, hold on. I was like, The next thing I know, I hear this noise, and it says, hello, thank you for calling Bank of America. I'm like, son of a... He didn't connect me to a manager or supervisor. He just connected me back through the automated system again. And I was hitting the numbers and hitting the numbers and hitting the numbers, and something told me, you know what? Hang up this damn phone and call the number on the back of your credit card. I called the back of the number on my credit card. I got through just like that. I spoke to an elderly woman. The silence in the background was different. She sounded very professional. She was older. And she was like, sir, he done lied to you. I'm like, lied to me? She goes, yeah, you didn't owe us nothing last month. She goes, you didn't owe us anything. She goes, last month you got that credit from the annual rewards points that I told you about that I get every quarter. She goes, you got that. She's like, and then it looks like you made some payments on your electric bill. I was like, that's right. I did. Or cable. I'm like, that's right. I did, because I wanted to make that positive amount to zero so that I can owe money every month and pay it. Because if you don't owe anything, if you have a credit on your account for months and months and months and months and months and months, it's not going to add up to your semi-annual bonus every quarter. Because remember, I told you, there has to be activity, and you have to owe money, and you have to pay money, and you have to pay more than the minimum or the whole thing off every month. And then you get that. If there's a credit on your account, like I don't owe anything, even if there's activity, because nothing was paid, it doesn't trick the system into giving you those bonuses. So I was like, I have a bad memory, which is excusable. I thought that was the month before last, though, when I got that bonus. Yeah. I said, but just to make sure, I said, I didn't owe you anything last month. She goes, no. She goes, your account was not past due, and you didn't owe us not one penny last month. She goes, you owe us $10 this month, and it's not due until the 15th. She goes, and what it looks like, your auto pay is still on. I'm like, that's what it says. She goes, yeah. I said, okay, then not to be rude. I said, I know you can't talk for him because that's not like her brother or something. I was like, I don't understand why he told me that. She goes, I don't know. She goes, but he lied to you. She actually said the word lie, which they normally say the word misinform. She actually said lie. She goes, no, he lied to you. And then I said, but why does it say on my account is past due and it's in red? Like, you owe us money. She goes, that, I don't know. She said, that's obviously not his fault. I was like, no, that's the the freaking app's fault. Like, why would Bank of America do that to scare people? But yeah, she said that I don't owe anything because she goes, you will owe us $10, but that's the $10 that you made in purchases from last month that you owe now in this month. Because I made like more purchases to get rid of that $25 bonus so that my account would go down to zero and I could start having activity, making payments, having activity, so I can, get my $25 every quarter. It's a lot of stress for a lousy $25, but you know what? I ain't rich. So then I said, ma'am, while I have you on the phone, I was like, it's account sensitive information that I don't want to ask. I was like, so I'm going to try to ask it in a way that it's generic. Very professional lady. She knew what I was talking about. Because that was words she would say, well, your boyfriend's going to have to call in for that. I can't answer those questions. She didn't. She felt me out. Because they were not account-specific questions. But I told her, I was like, my boyfriend's in the Philippines. There was some activity on his account that he didn't do. You're sending him a new card. I was like, but I told him, why don't you just have them send you the card? So I found out that they use DHL. He said if it's not FedEx, then it's going to take forever. So at this juncture, I'm not sure what he wants to do. His credit card's coming to my home, which is our home here in Texas. And he told me, just go ahead and let me know, and then I'll activate it through the app, and then I'll have you send it to me. I'm like, well, that's not a good idea. I think I should send it to you, and then maybe you activate it. Like, it's not, I don't think, but then again, if it takes a long time to get it, the activation might be expired. Either way it goes, I still think it's better that he calls them up and says, look, just send me the card through DHL to the Philippines. But, how long is that going to take? Because he said that FedEx is pretty quick. Anything else takes forever. And things get lost and stuff. Just anywhere there's a third world country, their mailing system's not that great. And I also told him just to call collect. And I reassured him that she said to me that if you call collect, obviously it doesn't cost you anything, and they will not charge you on your credit card that you made that call. Which, she goes, I don't understand. She goes, I don't understand why we charge to send debit cards but not credit cards. I'm like, isn't that obvious? She goes, I don't understand. I was like, ma'am, she was really cool. I can figure things out. I was like, a credit card makes a company money. So for them to give you that credit card and it costs them money to send it to you for free, that costs them money, they'll do it. Because that product, it's a product, which is a credit card, normally makes the money. Because normal people don't pay their bills every month. Interest, if you're not using a card, they're losing on interest. A debit card, on the other hand, that's your money, and you want your money, and you need your money, and they know that about you. So guess what? When you lose a debit card, they will send it to you international, and they will charge you, because that's where they're making money off of you. Because normally, they don't make no money off of on a debit card, because you charge the card, and it comes out of your account. They're making money off the money that you have in your account by loaning it out. But the more you use that debit card, the less money they make off of you. The more you use it, right? Hello, think about that. There's less money in your account now that they can loan out to other people. So if you want your debit card because you lost it, they'll say, sure, but we'll charge you. Because that means you're going to use it more and more and more. And you see what I'm saying? Like, if you said, oh, don't send me a new debit card and I'll just stay in this foreign country for the next 3 months and leave my money sitting there. You see what I'm saying? So, if they're going to have to send you the card, and not at retrospect they're losing money because that money could be piling up in your account. So they'll do it for you, but then charge you. But with a credit card, they won't charge you because you got, that's one thing I tell my sister, one of my sisters that don't seem to understand a lot of things, is I was like, if you really want to be ahead of the game and not get screwed in life, you got to think like a business. Think like a customer. Think like an individual. Because you're going to anyway. We all do. But you got to step outside the box and use your noggin and say, what's in it for them? And tell yourself, I'm a company. How am I going to screw you over? How am I going to make money off of you? Because if you don't think that way, then you're going to stay at consumer mentality, and then companies are going to take advantage of that ignorance. So, but the lady at the Bank of America, she's like, well, that makes sense. She goes, because I can never understand why we would charge to send a debit card, but go out of our way to send a credit card for free and don't even charge you. I was like, that's why. Because that does make sense. So yeah, that's a little spiel on what's going on with me. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.